Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Now in Massachusetts, you can get your standard driver's license regardless of immigration status. Gather all required documents: proof of identity and date of birth, proof of Massachusetts residency, and proof of Social Security status. Next, register at mass.gov/myrmv for your learner's permit. When you pass, schedule your road test at mass.gov/myrmv and prepare at mass.gov/roadtest. Register today.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. And as you all can see and that watch and have been watching since 2021, I'm on the road. But we are here for Testimony Tuesday. And it's funny, we have Tina Tucker on Testimony Tuesday. This is a young lady that I have known, seen around. We were in church together. We'll talk less about that, more about what she's doing these days. But I'm going to go ahead and bring her in. We're in an abbreviated, quick shots for the Java Cafe during the summer. But Tina, come up on off of mute. And I seen you snicker back there because we have known each other for a long time. Shout out to the good bishop, our friend Bishop Gwendolyn Weeks. But how you doing this morning?
I'm pretty good. I'm a little tired, but we trucking.
Okay, well, Tina Tucker trucking on Testimony Tuesday. All right, we're going to go for all the T's today. But in all seriousness, I have known you for years, seen you in church, and more lately, seen you in community. You're a part of the LGBTQ plus community. We can have a whole different Java After Dark panel about church and I would love to do that one day. But please say good morning to the folks and tell us a little bit about who you are. We can obviously see that you are of Jamaican descent. I'm surprised you don't have a folding chair hanging off your flag there.
Listen, I try to keep it mellow and calm and cool. That's just my personality. But definitely, everybody knows I'm Jamaican bred, Jamaican born, and super proud of it. So,
all right, tell us a little bit. So we know you're Jamaican. We got that all set. And tell us a little bit about like who you are, where you're from, because I think it's important when folks come into the cafe for the first time that we'll be back again, that folks get to know who you are. And it's a little bit, and I'll just keep it 100. They receive better. And I think you know that and agree as well. So introduce yourself, say hello, and then I will ask you to end your introduction with one word that describes this Testimony Tuesday. And so one word that describes why you are grateful or thankful. It's not Thankful Thursday, but anyway, go ahead.
So what's up, everybody? As Jimmy said, my name is Tina Tucker. I was born in Jamaica, as you can see, obviously, but I am Boston raised. So I am definitely of the community. I've been to multiple schools in Boston, went to a couple of colleges in Boston as well. So I am a product of this community. And as Jimmy said, I'm also a church kid, and has grown tremendously in different ways and have been a part of various nonprofit organizations, city agencies, and have worked within the youth development field for a pretty long time. Huge person in community building and human services. I've also done some work in higher education. So my background is pretty well versed. And as of recently, as also Jimmy just said, I am a part of the LGBTQ plus community. It took a while for me to embrace that piece of me, that whole of me. But I'm definitely, as to end it off with what you just said, I'm grateful for living in my freedom. There's a different type of glow to me. Life has its ups and downs. Life is life, and obviously, with everyone, life does definitely life. But I feel like these last few years have been the best few years of my life. So just living in my freedom and just happy about that.
It's interesting because, again, we can do a whole show on that, the mental health of it, the spirituality and the relationship with God of it, and all of that. But I kind of remember you, I think, were you a street worker at one point?
I was not a street worker, but I was doing street work.
I remember like seeing you in community. And so with that, and that brings the mental health space, transition us into this space of you moving in fitness, because we talk about health on this platform often. We talk about the relationship between our physical health and our mental health. You being in the nonprofit space, you being in spaces where you're helping people, correlate for us. So give us a little bit about your journey to getting into health and fitness.
Definitely. My why is very simple, and I say this to people all the time. I realize I'm aging as a Black woman, and we do face a little bit more challenges when it comes to our health and our wellness as we do get older. And my why was I just wanted to be able to run around with my grandchildren at 80 years old. It's that simple. And I decided to take my journey seriously. I've always been athletic. I've always been into sports, ran track, played soccer, did those things. But I didn't realize how different your body can feel and how different your body can look based on you starting to eat cleaner and just becoming more consistent with your physical activity. So again, my why is very simple. I just wanted to be able to run around with my grandchildren at 80 years old. And so because of that, my journey has been consistent. My passion for it has definitely developed and grown. And as a part of that, I realized that within the Boston area, especially, there are a lot of fitness enthusiasts, but we operate within our own silos, not for nothing, not maliciously. That's just the Boston culture.
We could park right there for about 10 minutes, but go ahead.
But what I would love for us to do, and it's even go back to the church slogan, you could take 1,000 to flight, but with 2, you can take 10,000. So with all of our resources coming together and our knowledge and our education and just our experience within our own fitness culture, why can't we come together as a community of color, Black and brown people, to bring these resources together to then advance the health equity within our community of color within Boston? So that's really my journey. That's really my passion. And that's really why the vision of RAM Weekend was birthed, because of that.
And we're going to go into that in a second, but you've touched on so many things as far as being a Black woman, health equity, Boston culture when it comes to siloed operations. Again, maybe that's Java After Dark number 2, because it is very, very interesting trying to operate and do things in the Boston area. But tell us about RAM Weekend. Unfortunately, I am not as set up because I'm on the road. But for those of you that are watching, in the comments, the link to the Eventbrite is pinned to the top. And so if you're on a computer, you can pin it and look at it while she's talking about it. But if you're on your phone and you don't have an iPhone, and you can't go to the internet and this plays in the background, then wait until we're over. But RAM Weekend, tell it, when you first mentioned it to me, I'm like, yes, come on, let's talk about it. Tell us about it and what's going on. I'm going to see if I can try to cue up the pictures, but just pray and I'll let you talk about it, and I'll go in the background and you tell us about RAM Weekend.
For sure. So RAM Weekend, it stands for Rhythm and Move Fitness Weekend. Again, it's by us, it's for us, and I wanted to give it a slogan or a niche or a knack that represented us. And I do feel like rhythm and movement represents us. We're just we have a natural cadence to us and natural rhythm to us that we just have to get moving anytime we hear something that gets our body going. So it stands for Rhythm and Move Weekend, RAM Weekend. And the thought of RAM Weekend was developed during the pandemic. I realized during the pandemic that there would be a lot of people, especially Black and brown people, that would be coming out of the pandemic, facing mental health struggles, emotional struggles, physical activity struggles. And because of that, RAM Weekend I wanted to become a resource in a very large pool to, again, help our Black and brown people advance their health equity. So I was having a conversation with one of my best friends one day. This was more so towards the ending of the pandemic era.
Yeah.
And, was just kind of telling her about my ideas and just telling her about the saturation of fitness people that I've seen in like Atlanta, Houston, LA, DC, Miami. And it's, again, a huge saturation of Black and brown examples, representations that engulf themselves into mental, emotional, and physical activity. And I said to her, like, why is that not here in Boston? Or why is that not here in the greater Boston region? And back to my point previously, again, we have tons of people here, Black and brown, that operate, that do their thing, that's booming in their particular style of fitness and things like that. But when are we coming together to do this together? Again, back to me just being a community builder. I love when a bunch of Black and brown people are just doing things and having fun together. And so I said to myself, why can't that be here? And she was just like, what are you waiting on? Why aren't you doing it? And the thought of just like me doing it and someone else doing it, it kind of scared me. And it
Facts.
And she was just like, listen, you better do this. You better drop this before somebody else does. And that was the kind of like the fire under my behind to go ahead and launch the idea of Rhythm and Move Fitness Weekend, because I do want to see something in Boston that is catered towards the Black and brown people specifically, but not, it's an invitational. That's just my target audience. And, because I want us to see us improve our quality of life.
It is, I see people like Charlotte Jameson and others that move in the space of health equity. And it is really just so important that we center that. I'm on a journey. I haven't got there yet. I've given up my gummies because eating's a part of it. Nutrition's a part of it. Moving's a part of it. I love how you talked about rhythm. Now, RAM stands for what again? Rhythm
and move.
Rhythm and move. And I mean, that is our culture. We hear something and it's funny because as Black men, there's this joke that if we're on an elevator, if we're at a desk, if we're doing anything, we start making beats just out of nowhere. And so that is definitely real. And it's important for us to move. You talked a little bit about the culture within Boston around fitness, and there's a lot of folks doing stuff, and you wanted to do this and just stepped out and did it or are doing it. What do you want people to walk away with? Is it sort of a one and done and they come that day? Will there be resources there? Is this a kickoff for hopefully motivating folks like me to be more consistent? Because you did say that a few minutes ago that you've been consistent. And one of the challenges, I'll be honest, one of the challenges that I've had in my health journey is being consistent. I'll walk for like 3 or 4 days and get up in the morning. And then like that 5th morning, I'm tired, I won't do it. But I've also heard that one missing a day, you don't quit and wait for that next Monday. You get up the next. So what do you hope people walk away with, and what can we expect from the event?
For sure. There's a couple of things that I love that question. There's a couple of things that I'm trying to address. Community building.
Yep.
Finding your fitness tribe. Exposing our Black and brown people to Black and brown representations within our radius, as well as exposing our Black and brown people to the melanated gym owners that are within the greater Boston region.
Which there are a few. There are quite a few.
There are quite a few. And I'm learning more as I go. I'm just like, wow, why didn't I know that all of these, representations are business owners and they're doing it in the health equity field. So those are the things that I'm trying to address. So the things that I would love for people to walk away with is people finding their particular fitness tribe. And like you said, consistency is the most important thing within your fitness journey. It's not a microwave type of situation. It's a journey. It's always going to be changing. It's always constant. So when you have that day when you don't feel like you want to work out, you have a community around you that you're seeing, that are motivating you, that's pushing you, and vice versa. It's not just a one-way street. It's a relationship thing where you have that community that's pulling on you, that's pushing on you, and that's challenging you. So that's a part of it. You're finding a safe space to be consistent in.
Safe spaces are important in fitness too.
Oh man,
That's come on, go there for a minute. Go there.
that's another after darks conversation.
Okay. All right.
But to your point, I think we have a kickoff mixer on Friday. It starts at 6. And this is just some of the conversations that we're going to be having during the kickoff mixer. So we're having a panel discussion around nutrition, emotional, mental wellness, physical activity, and deconstructing fitness and what that looks like within society. So the safe space conversation will be happening within that panel discussion on Friday at Fort Hill Bar and Grill from 6 to 9. Shameless plug. But safe spaces are very important, especially for us, because of the intimidation factor of what the gym can look like or the gym can feel like. And that's one of the major challenges that prevent us from even getting up and going to the gym, because we're so afraid. Body dysmorphia is a huge thing within our community. And so it keeps us, well, I don't look like this person. I don't feel like this person. I'm not as I don't grind like this person, so I'm intimidated. I don't even want to work out with this person because this person just looks intimidating. And I've had multiple people say something like that to me. I'm just like, I'm still trying to get to where I'm trying to go, and we're all on, again, this journey together. So creating a fun and safe, inviting space for our community of color is very important to the movement of this weekend, and showing people that we can, no matter the shape, no matter the size, no matter if you're a beginner, if you're a novice, if you're advanced, if you're a guru, we're all in this space learning and growing and having fun together. And that's a very, very important value to this weekend.
I want to make sure that folks see sort of the break. So maybe break down what's going on over the days as well.
Yes. So it's a 3-day experience. And we kick it off with a kickoff mixer. Basically, it's an after work social where you'll get to meet a couple of the panelists that will be speaking within their particular field. Again, around nutrition, the science of nutrition and body movement, mental and emotional connectivity, activation and movement, as well as deconstructing fitness. We have some amazing panel speakers that are engulfed in their field that are going to speak, bring some vibrance and life around health and wellness conversations. So we're kicking off with the mixer from 6 to 9 on Friday at Fort Hill Bar and Grill. And then day 2 is our RIM Summit and Expo. And so what that consists of is a myriad of workshops, about 6 workshops from different fitness, Black and brown representations within the community that specialize within their particular field. And again, fitness doesn't look one way for everyone. It's not just about strength training. It's not just about picking up 315 pounds in deadlifts. It's not about just squatting. There is yoga, there is shadow boxing, there is step boards, there is Pilates, there is home body weight training that a lot of people do. There is CrossFit, there is dance, there is Caribbean, there is West Indian in there. There is a lot of core movement work that is very important to it's the central nervous system. It's our stabilizer, and it's the core part of us is the most important part of our fitness journey, because once your core is strong, you can really do a lot of things that your mind wouldn't realize you could do. So those are the different experiences that's going to be happening on Saturday, as well as extreme hip hop. I missed that one, but that's the extreme step.
Is that with the step, and we see the videos and everybody's doing all the dancing? Yeah. I want to try that one day. I'm a little coordinated, but yeah.
But we have an amazing instructor. She's super friendly, and she's the sweetest person. I one of the sweetest people I've ever met. But she goes hard. But she's gonna create an atmosphere that's gonna be live. So definitely, if you have time, you should definitely come through and just again, decrease the intimidation factor. If you're in Boston, decrease the intimidation factor. Say that again.
No, I was laughing because you said if I was in Boston. I'm in Miami right now. You talk about, look. You talk about the intimidation factor. I'm down here I'm in Miami without the body.
Listen, as long as you're feeling good and you feel that's the most important thing. Okay. It's about what's happening on the inside, not just about the outside.
I mean, it definitely is, and we'll have more conversation later, because it definitely plays a role the mental and the physical and how they play off of each other. Also, tell us, you've got 1 day left. There's the day 3 Lift Fit Fest.
Yes. So it's a block party. It's a Lift Fest block party, and it's a little less structured than the summit. It's still going to be a lot of working out, but it's going to be in a very family fun, light competitive style.
Oh, okay. Because you said Lift Fest and family fun. Amen.
We do get the family reunions, the cookouts. We get a little competitive with Uno, for instance. We get super competitive off of Uno. So it's just another. It's a moment where we can all work out together. You can spectate or participate. And the goal for the
spectate, but go ahead.
That's cool.
At the lift,
really cool.
The lifts.
Yep. But the purpose of this is to expose people to traditional style exercises and perform techniques, and to show people proper way of how to execute a particular exercise. And then once that happens, again, we'll engage in a little bit of competitive style lifting. Super light, super fun.
Okay. It's interesting because in all seriousness, I'm joking about the lift, but one of the reasons I had stopped working out a few years ago was that I knew my form was off. And it felt like that I was wasting time, because if you don't have the form right, if you're not matching the inhale and exhale with the exertion versus the release, and so that is the 3rd day is on Sunday.
Yes.
I might try to come by Sunday for a more serious reason rather than watching the Lift Fest. Because when you said Lift Fest, something just, flashed across my mind, Jesus. But it is. One of the reasons, again, I did stop is because of form. And so that seems, all of it seems beneficial, but that seems like one of the nitty gritty of, like, we did this last couple of days, and you're actually leaving them on the last day with more of that, like, intimate, like, you're excited, but let's back up a little bit and keep your arms like this. Exhale when you do this. And so you'll have some instructors and guides that will be doing that as well.
Definitely. So there are a few different instructors. So I don't have the layout with me, but deadlifts, squats. We'll be doing a sound bowl to close it out. There's a couple of different exercises within the structure of the block party, but they'll be executing the exercise, showing you how to do it, proper form, because you do not want to injure yourself. So you have to be educated with what you're doing. And obviously, like you said, maximizing the different workouts to maximize your growth and your results. So yes, the deadlifts, squats, we'll be doing benches, snatches, a little bit of cardio, a lot of cardio, rower, ski, and barbell work. Barbell is becoming one of my favorite types of tools to use. I specialize in kettlebell training, but barbell is definitely a close second. It's competitive style lifting, Olympic weightlifting. I'm not sure if a lot of people are familiar with that, but it's a super fun.
That's the like big ones with when the dudes they don't do this, they just hold it up for 2 seconds and then boom, and
they snatch it up and do like a clean and jerk type of situation.
And that's it.
So there's a couple of different exercise forms, things that are full body work that you can use with barbell. So that's definitely incorporated. So again, people are just going to be modeling the exercise, making sure that they show you an example of proper form and technique, and then we'll get to the fun stuff.
I just wanted to acknowledge a couple of comments. Angie is in the room. Elizabeth sounds amazing. Leslie said, I lift my fork to my I can't with her. And Heidi was in talking about and you talked about this a little bit. The gym isn't a cool place to be. You talked about safe spaces. And do you want to go there for a few minutes just based on what Heidi said? Because it is, I've went places and I haven't felt like intimidated. But when I was starting to work out on the weights, I'm like, yeah, dudes are over here doing 50, 60. And he had me start off at like 20, 25. So how important is it you said find your tribe. I can't forget that. And that may not always be in a gym.
Facts.
Go a little bit there.
Yes. So I'm just going to use my experience with finding my tribe. So again, kettlebells. So I got into fitness and I started learning about kettlebells and the importance of kettlebells and functional movement. functional movement, and the importance of just making sure you're not just your strongest, but you're flexible, that you're
Yeah.
able to move. So I feel like it's just one of the most underutilized tools. So I started looking at, I'm a nerd and a geek, so I'm always researching and doing different things to learn more and to grow
Yeah.
my education. So IG has a huge kettlebell community. So, I've just been following different trainers, having conversations with different trainers. And that's also now a community I'm trying to build here in Boston,
Okay.
especially with Black women. So that's one of my tribes that I gravitated to. And then I gravitated to my home gym, One More Rep Athletics, where I started getting into power lifting.
Okay.
That strength training and a little bit of the nitty gritty of training. And that's my community. I just love the Black and brown representation there. Everybody's super nice. You think you would walk in and get intimidated, but everybody's like down to earth and always laughing and kiki. And I think that's the environment that I appreciated the most, because yes, there's men. It's a co-ed gym, so you think you could be intimidated, but everybody's super friendly. Everybody respects you. They're there to work, and so as you mentioned, the gym cannot be a cool place sometimes, and finding your tribe is really important. But like you said, it doesn't have to necessarily be inside. You find what works for you. You kind of have to tap into your current passions. What do you like right now when it comes to rhythm and when it comes to movement? What are things that you're interested? If you like to dance, there are lots of dance classes that are happening within the city. There are lots of dance studios that you can start sessions or join sessions in. So that's just one of the things. You can get a lot of cardio out of dancing.
Yeah.
So that's another particular tribe that you can tap into. So again, ask yourself what it is that you do currently that you really enjoy, and do you think you can find an avenue into making it a part of your fitness journey? So those are some of the ways that I found my particular fitness tribe, and it helps me to stay consistent because I have people checking in on me. If I miss a day, they're like, "Yo, where you at?" And I'm just like, "Listen, I'm tired." Okay, but
And they give you grace for that too, right?
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Um, and I think just to address the intimidation factor and the gym not being a cool place, as a woman, especially, you can walk into a gym and, like you said, Jimmy, with people looking at you and you're feeling like, um, you know, uncomfortable.
Yep.
I have super tunnel vision. And this is just a mindset switch. And this is something that I'm hoping that people will reestablish and recreate their mindset when it comes to physical activity and the relationship between the gym. It's not about anybody else.
Mm.
I go in there to work. Yes, you will build your community. Yes, you might be in a space that might be uncomfortable, but I go in there to work. I have my headphones in. Um, I know what I'm working out. I know what the workout is for the day, and that's what I focus on. I try not to focus on the world around me, because, like you said, that will then intimidate you and make you feel small and like you're not supposed to be there. You just go in there, you focus on what you got going on, and try your best to not be distracted by your outside influences. Put on that dope playlist, put on that fancy gym outfit that makes you feel good, that makes you look good. And just go in there and get to work. Try your best to create that tunnel vision, or bring a buddy to help,
Yeah.
partner to help decrease that.
This was not just about the event, but this was helpful for me today to start thinking about, like, I've seen people post up, listen, I'm available. I'm going to walk in on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6:30 to 8. Is there anybody else available? And I've seen people comment, I am, and they got a group of 3 people. And so that's helped me to maybe figure out a way to find a tribe. I am thinking about the dance step class. I'll leave that alone for now. My Uncle Thaddeus isn't on here, so I won't get called out for some stuff. I did want to acknowledge this good brother because you mentioned yoga.
Yeah.
And Yoga Mike, or Mike Massey, is in the room this morning as well. And so Mike, Tina has this wonderful event coming up this weekend, working out and stuff like that. And so the link is in the comments, everyone, as we get ready to wrap up. Don't forget that right here, it's pinned to the top. And so if you're interested in going, and just can you cover a little bit? I noticed on the Eventbrite, it's a range of 35 to I think 135 or 100 and some change. Can you just break down the registration?
Sure. So the VIP package is the 135 package, and that's access to everything. Yep, and you get some merch and some other little goodies in your bag, some water bottles and some. I don't want to give too much, but there are some other goodies within the VIP package.
Are you getting granola bars and water?
No, listen. That's
I had to, because that at least one granola bar and one water's got to be in the bag. At least one. Or a power bar. Some crunchy granola. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There will be some snack. There will be some waters and some good snacks to have on Saturday and hopefully on Sunday. But there's some other little stuff that'll be in there to get you excited and make you feel a little bit exclusive to all of those who don't purchase the VIP package. So that's the 135. Then we have the general admission, which is 100, and that only gives you access to the kickoff mixer, the summit, and the block party. Okay. If you do not want to attend everything all weekend, there are individual day passes. The kickoff mixer is just a donation. You can, purchase a ticket and just donate what you feel like giving. Okay. Saturday, the fitness summit is $75, and that's access to the whole day. Not the official RAM party. And then Sunday is $35, which is the block party. So it gives people variety, gives people some options to
what decide. They can afford it and what they can afford. And for those that can afford it, what they're willing to spend to make an investment. Yes. Because you're walking away with a lot of stuff, and knowing you and those that you're around, if someone links with someone, they're probably going to say, hey, if you have any questions, give me a call, one little 15, half an hour consultation. But if they're a trainer, y'all need to go ahead and support that Black-owned business. But it is Black-owned business month. So you are a Black-owned business, correct?
I am a Black-owned business, yes.
So I am excited to say that you kicked off our Black-owned business month. We have a whole bunch of Black-owned businesses coming in this month. The team is working behind the scenes. And so I'm honored that you would kick this off for us. I'm a twofer. Okay. I'm a Black male, LGBTQ plus. So for some people, they get two from me. You're a threefer. Yeah. You're a Black woman who's you better go ahead and get ready to write them.
I got the cheat code.
Listen, but the other pieces too, just like BAMS Fest, the family reunion, I can really see this. You are looking to do this annually, right?
Yes. This is
with maybe quarterly little.
Well, smaller spinoffs.
Yes, exactly.
Quarterly spinoff for sure. And then the big one will be the annual RAM weekend. Yes, but there will be spinoffs.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. I do have some plans this weekend already, but I might try to come out to the social and I'm going to behave. Respect Jimmy, one love. This sounds amazing. Movement in medicine. Mike also said folks will pay all of this for the club or dance hall. So let's flip the mental focus and pay it. This is why I love this brother. And it's so good to see him. And here go Latrell. So this is the reason I can't be there Saturday. Latrell's having this day party mixer thing. So I have a legit excuse for not being there to be focused on my health this weekend.
It's all good. It's all good.
We're going to support some other Black-owned businesses as well. And so, Tina, I appreciate you. It was an honor. I think this is the most we've ever talked. We usually say, hey, bro, good to see how you doing. Good to see how you doing. And so it was really dope just getting to talk to you and getting to know you a little bit behind your why and whatnot. So I appreciate it. Did we forget anything?
RAM weekend, August 11th through the 13th, come out, as you said, engage in it's a dope new fitness experience for the city of Boston for our community of color. It's the first of many. Come out, enjoy. That's it.
All right. I'm going to let you go. Are there tickets? Yes, Latrell, there are tickets. I pinned the Eventbrite to the top of the comments as well. And so I'm going to go pay a couple of bills real quick. But Tina, I appreciate you. I'm going to try to see you at some point this weekend, please. Even if it's, at the party thingy. But,
that's okay. Yes,
I'll be dancing.
And follow us, RAM weekend.
Do me a favor, put it in the private chat real quick so I can put it up on the screen. Shout out to Leslie. She said, I started small. When she's sitting, getting up every half hour. I have a sit down job. So it's those little things. It's those little things. You knew me when I was a little bit bigger, and I did little things. Instead of eating 4 cookies, I ate 2. I stopped eating after 10 o'clock. Well, I think then it was 9 o'clock. I did some more walking. So it is the little things that they do contribute to the bigger things as well. Let me get your social and put it up here. So you guys can go and follow both of these on both of these the same on Instagram and Twitter, or just Instagram?
Instagram, and then Ram Weekend is on Facebook.
Okay, so Ram Weekend is Facebook
and Instagram.
Okay, Facebook and IG, and then SYP is
Instagram.
Okay, all right, I got it together here. We do our production graphics in real time, but we got it. Look. Hey, so at Ram Weekend is on Facebook and Instagram. Now with Facebook, is it Ram Space Weekend, or one word?
Ram Space Weekend. Yes.
Okay, for Facebook. So let me hold on. Y'all know me. Let's do it right. Okay, there we go. Save. All right, so on Facebook, it's Ram Space Weekend. And on IG, it's Ram Weekend, all one word. And then on IG, also SYP Fit. And is that your business, SYP Fit?
That's my personal fitness brand, yes.
That's personal fitness brand. And is that the business?
No, business is Story Production. So it's
well, can you put that in there too? Because we want folks to follow all of them. All right.
Story Productions doesn't have a page yet, or there's no website. That's in the works. We're growing and building. It was founded this year, so my baby
it's coming.
Yes, definitely. But that's the umbrella. That's the hub where Ram Weekend and SYP Fit and other projects will fall under.
Okay, I finally got this right. So we got that, and then we're going to also. So there's no page yet, but when you get the page, let us know. I won't have folks go try to look for it, because then they'll be hitting me, talk about, Jimmy, I went to find it and I couldn't find it. Your guest was on it, and then they'll start asking for your number. They don't play on here. All right, Mike is saying, get with me. I can show you some chair yoga stuff that you can do in your chair and work. So Leslie, get with Mike, inbox him. And Naraki said, I'm so glad this is happening. We need this. I need this. Where is your gym located? Where's your gym located?
One More Rep Athletics. It's in Roxbury off of Washington and Blue Hill, Dudley Street and Blue Hill. That section down there. But there's if you follow the page, there's information on there for the whole weekend. The block party is at my gym, and then the summit is at another gym in New Market Square, and then the kickoff mixer is at Fort Hill Bar and Grill. Okay.
And Naraki, I know that you're not right in Boston Central, and so if you reach out to Tina, I'm sure I think she's more toward the southeast, more toward like Rhode Island, and so you may know some folks out there. Just reach out, Naraki, to Tina as well. But Tina, thank you. It was really, really an honor to have you kick this month off with us as a woman, Black-owned business, and also as someone who is part of the LGBTQ plus community. It is definitely delightful to have you in here. And so I'm going to go pay some bills, and I will try to see you sometime this weekend.
For sure. I appreciate you, Jimmy.
Absolutely, hon. Thank you.
Good one, everyone.
Listen, folks, you all go and follow that young lady. She is great, good spirit. And we're going to wrap up. It is 9:42. We're a little bit over time. It's good to see my brother and friend in the room. And we will see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. And my guest tomorrow is I'm going to have someone from the Boston Food Bank that's going to chat with us about a recent report that talked about food deserts. We just talked about health. And I'm sure we'll be talking about nutrition and how important food equity is an issue. You can't eat healthy if you can't get access to good, fresh food. And I'm not talking organic. I'm talking just healthy food. Organic is all right, I'm about to get started. Some of that organic is a ploy for more money. And then there's different levels to the organic. there's 100% organic, and then you get this certification if it's this percentage of organic. All right, I'm going to get off of here. I don't know how I got there. I think I got everything covered. We will be together tomorrow. Not sure about Thursday. And 1 month from today starts the 30-day countdown to my birthday. What I'm doing, I have no idea. Since 2021, I've been trying to celebrate my 50th birthday. I will be 52 this year. And so we're going to do something around 50 plus or whatever, but there will be a couple of events. There'll be events for the mother's board and family to come to. And then there'll be other events for other folks to come to. So with that being said, Jesus, Lord have mercy. I should have never told Miss Teresa. Miss Teresa just sent me a box. I got t-shirts. I got cufflinks. I got new pins, driving with Jimmy pins. Anissa, I think I'm going to keep these new pins just for the team. I got to order some more too, Anissa. Anissa is in the room, everybody. For those that have been sending emails or whatever, reaching out to me, this is Anissa. You all will meet her very soon. We got to, Anissa, we might have to do Facebook and IG and figure it out, because Facebook is where the folks are, and they're going to want to meet you and know who you are. But Miss Teresa, thank you. I appreciate it. Save me one of those. I didn't have a sponsor today, so I can go here a little bit. Can we talk about Montgomery, Alabama? Just for a couple of minutes. I may do it Thursday when I'm by myself, talk about it more. So I'm sitting, first indication I saw was the Timberland boat docked up, SS Deadass. And I just seen it, didn't do any investigation. About an hour or two later, I start seeing Black Twitter's on fire, blah, 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 blah. So I go over to Black Twitter. So first of all, if that man was by himself, things would have been totally different. Shout out to the brother that swam across the water. Shout out to the brother that you all see in the back that had to, I don't know how long that ramp was, but he saw what was going on and got to running and came down. Let me first say this. And it's interesting that as Black folks, we feel compelled that we have to say we don't condone violence when we are in a sentiment of retribution, moving in a sentiment of, and can I be honest, a lot of us were like, now you know, and I feel this. We've seen so many scenes of white men. We saw it in this scene, beating on our brothers, mostly law enforcement. And were there maybe spots where things could have just de-escalated? But you got to talk about two words that begin with T: trigger and trauma. Some of them folks, some of the women, some of the men literally saw this man doing his job. They wouldn't comply, a word often used when they beat us. And to watch the progression of what happened. And the dude, when he started clapping and whatnot, and the dude he was in front of didn't swing or do anything, and this dude just come and haul off and just hit him like that. Petty, little funny. Oh boy, if you ever see my hat go to the back and me, that man, the way he tossed his hat was like, you know what? Here we go. It's on. I don't know what time the mayor's doing. The mayor of Selma is doing a press conference. I need to figure out what time that is going on. He's a black man, and my hope and belief is that equitable justice. I've seen chatter. So y'all in this folding chair that was created by a black man. Let's also point out another fact. That riverboat area used to be a slave selling area. Y'all, when I tell you I'm feeling this while I talk right now, that's where they used to sell us. Separate families from the children, from the parents and whatnot. And I'm not justifying no violence, but Lord Jesus Christ, something in Selma yesterday, or whatever, the 5th. I'm going to get off of here before I get in trouble. So, that thing, all the new angles, all the new perspectives, not perspectives, I'm talking visual. I put up a post yesterday and I got a call, said, Jimmy, what perspective is going to change how we feel about what happened? I said, I'm talking technical. There are different videos that are uploaded, folks that, you know, the different phones and whatnot. And it just, I'm going to say this too. Black and brown folks, be careful, because there was a notion that Orange Man, number 45, he who used to occupy the White House, was just in Alabama a couple of days before that. You know, so those MAGA folks feel emboldened. With what's going on with that man in these indictments, the more that this footage spreads across the country and becomes more viral, we got to be cognizant of those folks lighter than me that are not happy and that will go out and start doing foolishness like they attempted to do to that man. That's it for me. I'm going to wrap up today and get off of here, but it is imperative that we pay attention to what's going on and watch closely what's going on in Selma. This I won't guarantee. I think Joe Biden's going to speak about it. I hope our forever president issues a statement. I'm sure the NAACP is going to speak about it. But something in that incident and the footage and how it's spread on social media, there's a shift. That has stirred and you know, when I start stuttering, it's time to go. Something in that video and the outcome, and depending on what happens with the mayor press conference and who's prosecuted and whatnot and what the response is, pay attention. Pops is in the room, late but always on time. So happy to witness your blessings. Thanks, Pops. Miss Teresa, like I said, they know who Nathaniel. If we did not know who Nathaniel Alexander is, y'all, let me tell you about some of these memes. There was one meme that had Dr. MLK, his face over a cotton field. There were white men picking cotton and a black man, I think, with a gun or something, and Martin Luther King was smiling. Then there's another meme where they got Sojourner Truth, who you ain't never seen a picture of Sojourner Truth smiling full with a full set of pearly whites. They got that one. Then I created one because I had the thought. The tikis and the chair. Again, interesting, we got to say this. Don't condone violence. But there was a retribution, reciprocity. I don't know how you want to frame it. That meme, that is how I felt. A few years ago, they were marching, blacks and Jews or whatever will not replace us. And then, if I could just be honest, a lot of what was represented in that video was years of trauma, triggers. Just, yeah, I'm gonna let it go. But pay attention to Montgomery, Selma, and yeah. We will see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with our guests from the Greater Boston Food Bank. And yeah, that's the part, Pops. Be vigilant. I said that yesterday. Pay attention. And they stored slaves there in a warehouse too. I did put a joke up, and I said under it so folks won't think that it's real. Yep. When it comes to the white supremacists, oh no. They just want the, I'm getting off of here. We will see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.